Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. As always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left and group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box also. And that being said, I will leave you with your selection, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Strawberry Quartz Pussycat, then this will be your reading. And strawberry quartz is a very comforting stone when it comes to times of change and any stress in relation to changes that are happening or need to happen. It's just gives that smooth transition and a lot of support. And it's also that of a familiar pussycat friend. Maybe it's a dog, maybe it's a turtle dove, I don't know. There's this comfort that comes from our close companions, I think, in here as well. And leaning in onto those little critters because they really are a blessing in our lives. So group 1, interesting reading. And I will try and keep it a little bit shorter because we have got no power or electricity still since the cyclone came through. Fortunately, we're safe and dry, and we have our fridge plugged into our neighbour's generator. So absolute legend saved us there. We don't have to lose our fridge of food and stuff. But yeah, power, other than that, we've got to be very careful with our batteries and all of that. And I'm sure a lot of people watching are in the same boat. So hopefully you're all okay, those that are in that affected area. And isn't it interesting, I think I think it might have been group 1 last week, had a lot of storm message as we knew the storm was coming in. And then I've got people commenting from over in the States that the big storm had actually hit them as well. So it was, yeah, it was crazy. I thought that part of the reading was just for us down here, but of course it was not. Anyway, group 1, let's jump into this reading. We've got a lot of fire sign energy here with Scorpio. Well, they are the fire signs, the water signs, and they're not even here, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Fire with Leo and Sagittarius, and we've got Capricorn here as well. So we've got the fixed signs actually of Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius here also. So yeah, they kind of are here actually. Anyway, let's jump into your reading. The underlying energy for your reading at the moment is strength. Underneath that is the 2 of Cups. I want to notice it, the 9 of Wands there as well. I think we're going to dig into that in a little bit. I'm going to just leave that a little ajar on the table because I think I'm going to refer back to that. I don't want to go too far into that yet. So let's start with the past energy with the 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Magician. So we're looking at, in the past energy, this can be a few different things. For some of you, this is about the home front, your living situation, the people you live with, the dynamics in your home. For others, it extends a little further into the home-based community in the sense that there's those people that you feel a very strong soulful connection with. There's a gentle, even if it's just a gentle knowing that they are someone significant in your journey and maybe you've known them before. There's a lot of reflection in the past around these connections or engagement and conversation around these connections. So it's like, are you talking about living dynamics and is somebody moving out, or is it about you moving house? Or there's a lot of conversation back and forwards around something you're trying to create within a home dynamic or within your community space. So it could also be, so if it's not around the home front, more in the community, it could also be like something you're wanting to engage in within the community setting or something you want to create. Maybe it's something you want to manifest and offer to your community. But this can be multiple things here, but it is showing that you have the resources to make these changes no matter what they are, and to have the conversations around this that are very proactive in creating steps to make those changes happen. So this is past energy. Maybe you've been having these conversations, or maybe you've been organizing things to shift and change and move, and you're making it happen with that Magician energy. You're manifesting the right opportunities and timing. As we progress into the week ahead, we have got the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. We have Temperance here as well. I'm going to hold them all up. We have the 5 of Cups and the Sun for the week ahead. So you may already see your story playing out in these cards. We have got what looks like a pretty painful situation here in the center, but Temperance is in the middle, and it's almost like even though this situation that you move into this week has got pain or strain or struggle attached to it, it still feels like it's being held in the arms or timing or embrace of the divine some way. It's like, okay, this is meant to be surrendered, or this is how it is supposed to go. For some people, though, this is a loss of life here. Not to say this is a prediction of that happening, but with the Ten of Swords, Five of Cups, Temperance, it can be somebody who's grieving for a loved one who has passed on already, and you may be feeling their presence with the angelic Temperance energy here. But there's so much grief, and there's a physical separation between you and another person. Maybe it's not about death, maybe it's about a physical separation you have with someone, but you still feel attached at the soul. It still feels like something significant and special to you. Like the two sunflowers here, it's like, and the two cups behind, it's like there's something still connected here with something that's ended that may have caused a lot of confusion. Or what to do about the situation. Where do I go from here? I'm getting like a bit of a wandering in the abyss feeling a little bit. Maybe that's where we're coming back with the Strength, Nine of Wands, Two of Cups over here now, because that's like, it can be about walls between a partnership that feels like a soulmate, and then the Strength card is that, I guess, courage to just accept it as it is, or to let it go, or it's Leo energy there twice here with the Sun and Strength. Temperance in the center. Sagittarius energy in the center, but it is Temperance. Anyway, when I saw them down here, like, I felt different in when I looked at them on the screen as I'm holding them. That was cool. I liked that. So anyway, at this time it may be a little overwhelming. Seven of Cups is the more current energy, but you can see that there is, I guess it's based on an ending. Maybe it's like, well, what do I go for? I was going to say, who do I go to from here? So maybe it's like a certain person had a door open for you and now that door's closed, and now it's like, so who do I turn to for that opportunity that I'm looking for, whatever that may be. Whether it's your workspace, your relationship space, your support for your family, but another thing I was getting when I first laid these cards down is, particularly for those that have been without power for the last 3 or 4 days in my area anyway, or affected by great storms, it's like things that haven't been able to go ahead, or things that have had to be cancelled, and it's like you have to be patient, but the sun is coming back out again to dry up all that rain. And also one of the things I saw here was you being someone who is the sunshine on someone else's dark day. Like, I did see for some of you here that the Five of Cups is not actually your energy, but you're the sun and your Temperance, and it's like somebody or connected to is in this energy, but you just keep being this beautiful, gorgeous, shining light. And as I just connected to that, you just be words of that part of what I was saying, like my heart exploded. So it's like I feel genuine love for you as I'm connecting to your energy and seeing all that you are and all that you do for people, and just the brilliance and brightness that you bring to the world. So whether the sadness is yours or not, you are the sun energy, but particularly for those resonating with this person being someone you're connected to, and you are, maybe they don't maybe you've had to walk away and say no to them and they're hurting, and you've had to just, keep loving them anyway, but just in a way that's respectful for what your needs are, or boundaries, or whatever it may be. It can be a very confusing situation, coming back to that Seven of Cups here. I just want to reiterate that for some reason. There's like a lot to consider, a lot of variables, maybe a lot of options and choices, but still sitting with something that has spilled or not worked or there's grief here. Maybe regret for some. We have in the challenge the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. So this is deep time of contemplation over, usually with the Four of Swords, I see that the person's often laying on or holding the Ace of Swords, but then the three sort of sit above their head or or in this case on the bed. And then I often reflect on that being the Three of Swords, and they're sort of sitting with their truth over a situation that's been heartbreaking, and no doubtably that's the case here with the actual Three of Swords coming out next. But it's like trying to find peace in amongst a situation, or maybe again this could be you and another person. Maybe you're dealing with someone who is really hurting or stressed out, and you're just like, you're finally feeling your peace as you detach from their energy, and you know that they're in a dark place, but it's not your responsibility. That could be a message for some of you here too. But there's a challenge in that too, because you are a compassionate being, but you still need to honor yourself and not sacrifice yourself for this person. And I wanted to say again, so it may have happened in the past, but take it out resonates. And what will help with this challenge is allowing yourself to get off the wheel. When I see the wheel, especially next to the karmic devil energy, it's like the wheel will repeat around and around until the lessons are learned. And with this devil, he's holding the shackle's open. It's like a choice. It's kind of like enticing you. Would you like to put your hand in here? You know, would you like to? That's what it feels like with this particular deck. I've always felt that with this deck, that it's like, it's even the sparkles around it. It's like, you know, this is enticing for something that's electrifying about it. But do you want to, you're in control, even those very same sparkles are here in the wheels she spins above her head. It's like you're in control now of something that maybe once enticed you, something that once, enticed you. I want to leave it at that, because it could be so many things. And it's like, well, now it's time for you to have a shift and a change and see something moving forward. Like it's like these old devils is what it feels like. These old devils that once seemed maybe bigger than they are now, because I don't want to go too far into that, but what I'm getting at is that I'm seeing you just being like, wow, they are actually quite small, and my power is humbly sufficient to overcome this easily. So what we don't see coming, we have the World, and that's a fantastic card to see after whatever this journey is you're moving through, because it shows that that cycle ends and a new one begins. And with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, some of you, this is about there's a new job opportunity coming in that you don't see coming here. And when I was shuffling for what you don't see coming, I was hearing like, oh boy, and they don't see it coming. Like, and it felt like there's actually a really nice change and surprise. So I was like, oh, what is it? I can't wait to see. And then we get like the case, so a whole new cycle is beginning, because an old cycle is clearly ending. You know, and maybe it's you in this energy of the Three of Swords finding it hard to let go, you know, but you're needing that, you know, and that's why the devil's here. It's like, actually, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't know. I want to keep coming back and staying in the reading to figure out the message even more intricately. But anyway, the Eight of Pentacles is about paid work, but it's also about self-mastery and development and strengthening. And like, she can't get into these great amazing dance poses and positions if she doesn't stretch and work her muscles and keep focusing on that which she wants to get better at. You know, ballet, you can't just do it, you know. You have to really work at it. And the King of Pentacles, this is quite a strong mastery card here as well. So you've got a solid footing underneath yourself. You are the magician. I don't know, this reading has kind of gone all over the place, and it's good. It's like you're sticking to what you know to be true, and I think you're evolving and growing, and it's giving you the energy and time to focus on what's really important to get even better at that. So in the Oracle cards, I got an Archetype card today. I felt like that would be helpful anyway. And more asking what is the archetype would be most supportive for Group 1 to work with this week. And that's what I've been doing in the pre-recorded horoscopes with numerology and such. I've been also going into the archetypes in those as well, because it can be good to know what archetypes are leading that month. And for you, it's the Priest for this week. Facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. And you can see that here too, like you are a channel of divine light, that is for sure. Shadow attribute violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. And it's just going against your own morals. If you feel like something's pushing you in that direction, or like there's that temptation to go against what you know is just not on your moral compass. And I kind of see them as a compass now that she holds. It's like, you're in charge, you know. You're very connected and you know what's up this week. And you're able to shine that awareness and light into other people that are struggling and need it as well. So interestingly as well, with the Green Witch Oracle for each group, they were all energy of like things happening under the surface. And so collectively it shows that while things may be still or percolating, we can, and then the new buds card fell on the floor. So it was interesting to see all the cards of the collective where we're at now were all under the surface cards, like you have roots. And then, the one on the floor was new buds. So it's like, okay, so it's not long now that all these collective energy is going to really come forward. And we'll see that as we approach the equinox. So roots, healthy patterns, and early growth. Love the imagery here as well. We've got these beautiful skulls and worms, mycelial network, an egg underneath being nurtured by the roots of a tree. It's quite an impressive picture. So, roots create a foundation, giving a plant stability and strength. Twining deep throughout the soil, they are both anchors and explorers, seeking water and nutrients to feed the plant. Roots expand and divide, creating beautiful natural patterns. The roots remind you to make sure your project has good roots. Don't race through this early stage of creation. If you ensure a healthy foundation in the early stages, your project will have a better chance of success. Like a strong root system that will support and nourish a plant, it's important to establish routines and healthy patterns that you can rely on when life gets chaotic. A reliable foundation will bring you confidence and reduce pressure in the times of stress. The reflections of the card is, do you need to go back to the foundations of something to examine them and perhaps reinforce them? I love that. And this one was interesting because we've just had a storm pass, and then there's the rainbow, which is, as they say in the Bible, God's promise. Where are we? Miracles. Okay, the storm, and the first words, the storms of the past are passing, and it's true. Finally, it stopped raining. Your dreams are coming true. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abounding miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you now. Start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship, and good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowing in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best, because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing your way. I love that. I love that. And then a couple of self-care cards, and then I'll do a pendulum question. So we have bounce back, cut the screen time, and TLC. And I thought home needs TLC. I thought that was funny because especially those that haven't been able to leave their house because of floodwaters and whatnot, it's like, well, it's time to peel off the couch, and well, phones are probably dead with no electricity. Better go and do some housework. So that may be the message for you quite blatantly. But even if you're not affected by rain and such, it is a good time to, replace a bit of that extra screen time you may have been getting if this card really is talking to you, and replace it with a bit of tidying, because again, that's what helps support us in a solid foundation. It helps energy flow, and if we have like windows that need cleaning, that can be really helpful as well to help bring clarity and light and even more energy flow. So cleaning is a massive important thing when we're creating something, and letting go of old energy to allow new energy to come through, and just about honoring yourself, your space, your home, yourself. But bounce back, don't give up. All is not lost. Get back up and keep trying, and especially for those that have had significant damage from the rains and such as well. All is not lost. Maybe it's clean up time, or maybe those that have another message, if you are someone again affected by the rains and floods, but your home is safe and you've got Wi-Fi and electricity, maybe you could put the phone down and go and help someone in your area with some cleanup. some of the elderly need help and things like that with their yards. That would be nice as well. So anyway, if you have the capacity. Yeah, let's go to the pendulum question. All right. Okay, can I see a yes for group 1? Oh, can I see a no? Perfect. The answer for group 1's question. Okay, it was a no. It stayed quite clear. Like it like stopped as if it was going to go to a 1, but it was almost like it was stopping to say, okay, now I'm going to go into my answer now, from giving me the previous answer of a no, and then it's like stopped to do a no again. I was like, all right. So hopefully that was supportive for you, but always use discernment with such a tool. And that is what I have for you, group 1. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. And like I said, horoscopes are available for pre-recorded readings. They are a little more affordable and you don't have to worry about the time zone difference. But yeah, that's what I have, group 1. So take care, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye. Hey, group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this beautiful slate of agate, it actually looks with the eye here like a bit of a seahorse. I was so thrilled when our little crystal picker chose this one. For those that are new to the channel, it's my young son that chooses the crystals or items, and then we build the reading from that. And yeah, so when he chose this one this morning, I was quite thrilled because it looks like the stormy waters of the weather event we've just had in southeast Queensland. Tropical cyclone, tropical low come through, and yeah, so lots of stormy waters, beach foam, just crashing waves. It's just a really cool one to see. And also, I'm going to pull this up early, like look at the wind. Look at the wind in this tree and the storm. But it's passing now, it's all over, you know. We just have to deal with the cleanup from floodwaters and getting power back on. We still have no power here, but it's all good. We've got amazing neighbours that let us plug our fridge into their generator, so we are taken care of in that regard, and we can cook on the barbecue, so we're all good. She'll be right. So group 2, not everyone is obviously going through a weather event at the moment, but so we'll keep the reading fairly open to everything. And it looks like there's quite an interesting reading about like the future you want to build here. So anyway, agate is about transforming energy. It's about transforming negative energy into positive energy. There's a lot of movement and storm in here too, so I feel like it's also like a good time for you to really stir things up, or maybe things are getting stirred up, so that you can remove the doubts, the concerns, the things that hold you back, because that's something that really needs to be addressed, I think. We'll get to that in the reading anyway. But it is a good stone when it comes to analytical ability. The ability to be analytical but fair and realistic, grounded. So anyway, we're going to have a pendulum in your reading as well if you want to think about what your question might be, but let's jump straight into the past energy. Oh, we'll call the signs first. Sorry, we've got Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra, Leo are all here. So they could be you or someone you're dealing with. It doesn't matter too much. Starting with the past energy, we have the 2 of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So here, this, for some of you, this is about the way you connect with other people, or even in a specific relationship you might have. This is past energy, so maybe you've been having conversations and reflections around conversations with your partner or a specific person, or it could be your child, it could be any relationship at all. It could be all relationships as well, just you in general and how you connect, and reflecting on what I want to say here, just like a deepening of understanding for the people around you, and just having conversations that maybe you weren't comfortable to have in the past. I feel like that's been a theme here for you as well. You may have felt like you've needed to be more vulnerable or create more vulnerability in your connections so that you can move past particular wounds or blockages, or see things develop in the way you want them to develop. Outside of that message there, I'm also seeing that there's a couple here that have got big dreams and plans, and a lot of it is what do I want to say, like uncertain in a sense. Like you guys are, whoever this is in a relationship that resonates with this, I can see there's like a rough, hazy plan, because it's big dreams and a big plan. There's doubts to move through. There's all sorts of hurdles to move through, and there's a lot of reflection here around that as well. So in the past, there may have been conversations about big dreams, and yeah, what's needed, and some of those barriers. There's also conversations around healing in relationship as well. If apologies were needed, or if there's somebody needed to soften a little bit, then maybe they have, or it could be all of the messages, all of the above. You know, you can read this in many different ways, but I'm definitely seeing like more hunger to explore areas unseen, or you know, what's required, even if that means being a little uncomfortable. And the deep reflection of the Page of Cups, like you can see here. Also, again, we'll go back to the weather event. Some people might be, dealing with floodwaters and wanting to figure out how do we clean this mess up, or whatever it is. But we'll stay out of the weather event messages unless it pops in and I feel to say it. But yeah, moving ahead into the current energy week ahead, and I guess because I kind of feel like this reading is also touching on your bigger dreams, you can sort of extend this even further into the years ahead if you need to. But Two of Wands and the Death card, these are both cards of big significant change and transformation. Good to see when, you know, big waves have come along and stirred things up, and you've got the agate slate here of transformation. This is definitely looking at plans for the future, and for some of you it's about selling and buying a home, or just buying a home outright, just that, or it could be about launching a business, or whatever it is. It's like, I feel like some of you are looking to the future and wondering like how there's got to be another way, or like trying to find solution to make money, or for some of you, you may feel like you're trapped in a job you don't love, or you feel like you're having to like sell all of your energy for money, and it's just not, it shouldn't be like this. There's some of you, it's in like you feel like you're stuck in a bit of a worker's paradigm sort of things, or what feels like slave paradigm. For others of you, this is also about addictions and behaviors and things that don't belong. Like this week, maybe there'll be a bit of a clearing of maybe unhealthy foods, or smoking too much, or drinking too much, or whatever that might be that weighs your energy down, or just like engaging in a toxic relationship that you've tried to remove yourself from, or like it could be so many different things here. It's an interesting read. And like, while I first looked at it and see it zoomed out, as I'm reading it, it's pulling me back into the like more minute details. But as I first saw it, I'm like, well, this person, either you and your partner, or you by yourself are trying to manifest pretty big things, and there's doubts and fears around your ability and capacity to do that, and that does need to be worked on, because your dreams are possible. That's what I'm seeing here. Your dreams are possible. So even if they feel like they're really far to reach for, just know that they are possible. And maybe that's why I'm being drawn back into the minute details, because it's what you choose here with these little things that has those great results of what you want to build. Like, is it conducive, what you're choosing now, with the future and life you want to build? Another interesting point I wanted to make out with this particular card, it is a card, all of the three groups that got a card from this deck had messages that showed that things that are percolating under the surface. And it was interesting, each group had that. Like group 1 had soil, I think, and you've got sow, which is, you know, under the soil, and then group 3 had another one similar. And then I dropped one card on the floor and it was new buds, and I was like, okay, I can see how this is a collective theme as well. Maybe you feel drawn to another pile, maybe not, but I can see how collectively there are things going on under the surface, and we do need to work at it and trust and nurture it, and not like kill it before it's too, you know, too soon, to kill it off too soon, like because right there on the floor for all the groups, I believe, was the new buds that are going to appear. I really believe that. So maybe you're feeling like there's a lot to do to achieve that. There's a lot of work to be done. Maybe you feel like you're slowed down by current circumstances, and you wish you could do more, contribute more, build more. But things are definitely changing here. And this week you have got some things that weigh heavy on you that need to be addressed, and you will be addressing those in the end of the week. But also that future energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress. So, and the Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Empress, it went in this order. So it is showing an abundant future, abundant end of week, if you look at it in this timeline. But what I think it's more about is this is the future you want to build. Maybe it's to do with having children, or buying a home, or bringing the family together, or doing something that leaves a legacy for your children, for your family. But there's things that need to change or need to evolve, and you can't rush that process. It is hard work. Now, what is the challenge? Maybe feeling overwhelmed by all of the hard work that needs to be done. Maybe it's to do with literal cleanup, of not having electricity, things like that, if you're in that predicament right now. Literally, actually, because there's no power on. That's so funny. There's no power on, and she's using her phone to see the whole. Damn it, we might be without power for a while. We know, you can see the weather, the energy maps of who's without power, and our area is quite a big one, grid that's cut off, and we know why. It's a very significant amount of power lines down with very big trees, and then that road is also flooded, so they can't get to it. So yeah, I'm seeing my week without power. Anyway, well, it looks like it might come on by Thursday, Friday. That'd be good. I hope I don't need to reschedule my clients for this week. Anyway, back to your reading. Sorry, guys. Oh my God, that's me. Yeah, the challenge. I'm like, oh no, I have to reschedule. I'm probably going to have to reschedule my clients. I'm just realizing that as I read this. I'm a group 2. I really feel that. So what is it for you guys? Comment below. Let me know. What is it this week that you maybe don't know yet, but yeah, there's like this feeling like you're powerless in a situation. Powerless, very punny. In a situation where you want to be working, you want to be developing, you want to be, this is also paid income. It's all of that stuff. So maybe you're unable to get to work, or there's something like to do with your income that you're a bit stressed. Like, oh no, how am I going to pay the rent, or whatever it is. But outside of that message, like I said, I'll come into that weather message if I need to. And obviously there will be some people watching that are very much in this situation with me. So I guess that's meant to be said for those people. But then there are those who are not. And those that are not, it shows in other ways. Like this can be self-doubts. It can be all sorts of situations that, we either put ourselves in that position, we have the power to get out of it. Or there's this crippling self-doubt and anxiety around your ability, your capacity, or what it is that you produce with your work. And maybe not feeling good enough, not feeling professional enough. Maybe it's not giving yourself enough of a chance to practice to get better, because this is the thing about this. The wonky pots in the background are those first attempts. For the last week and a half now, I've been teaching myself the guitar because my son and partner are playing and they're having a great time. And I'm like, what? I can read tab. I'm going to do it. And I can play 5 songs now. It's actually kind of funny, I'm going to say it. My first song I started learning was Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. That was before the weather. And then the next one was Stairway to Heaven. The next one was Tears in Heaven. I thought, that's a bad omen. No sunshine, going to heaven, tears in heaven. And so then I did Blister in the Sun, let's bring the sun back, and Happy Birthday, and started to balance out the songs I was learning. Anyway, it's just silly. But the point is, I sucked when I first picked it up, and now that Stairway to Heaven it's beautiful. It's flowing. I'm proud of myself. But it takes sucking. It takes showing up and sucking sometimes, and not having the flow yet. And it's really cool to watch how the brain learns, because you put it down, you go do something else. Half an hour later, you pick it up again, and you go again, and you keep giving it breaks, coming back, and you see how your own neural network is rewired. Your dendrites have fired off, making new connections and learning new things, and it's like watching an arm grow. It's cool. Do it. Do something. And it's cool because you've actually got the card Get Creative right above that energy. That's your self-care card this week. Get creative, inspire, nurture creativity in yourself, expand your thinking. And you've also got start a side hustle. So like it could be about getting creative at a skill you want to develop that you can then make money off of one day. You know, maybe you want to be a reader. Maybe you just doubt yourself and your ability. You know you've got intuition. You pick up things all the time. You pick your card selection right, 1, 2, or 3. You know what one to pick. That in itself shows that you have intuition connected. You know, it's online. Believe in yourself enough to practice, to put offers out there and say, hey, does anyone want a couple of free readings? Turn the comment section off when you've got enough people that you don't overwhelm yourself. Read who you're drawn to only. Get better. Sharpen your skills. Well, whatever that thing may be, music, readings, something else, just do it. What will help with the challenge anyway? Getting out of your own way. 9 of Swords is here. 7 of Pentacles, invest in the project. Show up for it. This is everything I basically just said. Develop, show up, invest. You don't see the results straight away with this card. It's about showing up and investing, and eventually it grows, and it grows into something amazing. Get out of your own way. You're growing something amazing. You're becoming something amazing. You already are something amazing. Becoming amazing-er. Amazing in a way that you've got enough to share with everyone else and it radiates out. Underlying energy of this reading is the 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands. And with the 8 of Wands, I often think of it like magician energy because it looks like a magician image. It is a card of exchanging information and growth, and also a card of like something you may have started in the past that you haven't touched for a while. It's asking you to go and finish it or pick it back up again. Momentum. It's asking for momentum. It's asking for information exchange. It's asking for communication. It's asking for creativity. And that's the underlying energy of your week ahead. So what you don't see coming is a wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups is here. Maybe a birthday surprise for someone as well. Happy birthday if it is your birthday this week. Every time I call it, it happens to be someone's. So happy birthday to you. We have the Fool. We have the Queen of Pentacles and Strength. So there's a wish fulfillment coming in you don't see coming that gives you a new opportunity to grow and develop something, to nurture something, to perhaps even build finance from that opportunity that comes your way. It may start off small and nothing. It may start off insignificant and something you know nothing about, being the Fool, but it develops something amazing because you persist with it and you stick to it. So there's definitely inspiration coming from these messages of getting creative and learning new things. There's a new opportunity coming in and it is a wish fulfillment, and it will build into some level of mastery here with your persistence and strength and care and focus and ability to shift your perspective in this area as well. There's a need to shift perspective here and see it in a way that is nurturing rather than a chore or something like that, or like looking at the self-doubt side of a perspective, like just do it, get out of your way and do it, that type of thing. And the outcome is much the same energy with the Knight of Wands. This is somebody creating magic here, doing a ritual. They're engaged in the process, right? That's what it's about. 4 of Cups, Spirit is splashing this person awake. They're focusing on these 3 empty cups, but they're like, wake up to yourself. There's a beautiful golden cup right here. And then there is the Ace of Wands. So the outcome is much the same of everything we've touched on as the reading has wrapped up with the tarot side of it. And it does show that this is a time for you to F around and find out, you know, try new things, follow the inspiration as it sparks, nurture this little flame that's maybe small at the start, this new passion. And like just get out of the way of that card in general. You know what I mean? Like the opportunity is here. This is a card of disappointment, of feeling like, I'm hearing feeling blue. So maybe it's like you don't feel good enough, or you compare yourself, or there's something here that holds you back, and maybe it's past experiences, but the golden cup is right there, and Spirit's splashing water on her face to say, wake up, it's okay, like it's time to get moving. It's not going to do itself. It's not going to build itself. It's not going to strum itself. It's not going to paint itself. It's not going to write itself. There's something you have to offer the world as well here, maybe because of. This is something that really, come back to the World card. It's like you really do need to get out of your head and out of your way and invest in something you want to develop, because it will take a lot of your time and maybe money. Yeah. But time, especially this 7 of Pentacles is really cool because it takes 7 years to get apple from a seed. And this is an apple tree in full bloom. So you will get there. You absolutely will. And then you will shine and share those apples with others. Anyway, all right, let's go up into the Oracle. I've got archetype cards for you. I've been doing with the prepaid, pre-recorded, prepaid, they're all prepaid, pre-recorded horoscope videos. I've been looking into which archetypes would be helpful to lean into, embody, or work with for those particular months that people are getting readings for. And this is for your week, and you've got the Mediator and the Magical Child. I like the Magical Child energy in particular. It's just I don't know, I want to hold up maybe this. It's like a sense of wonder. It's like just enjoying the slow pace of your children's curiosity if you're a parent, you know. They're just being in those eyes of wonder is kind of what it feels like, and like nurturing that in others and bringing fun and lightness. It says here, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And that comes back as well into this, like, maybe that's what you're needing as well, to reconnect with your inner child, that creative self, that self that believes anything is possible and that didn't grow all the doubts and concerns that we have as adults now when we have bills to pay and, you know, things to, protocols to move through, you know. I see, like, for someone here, a strong desire to create a massive paradigm shift in their world. Mediator, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. See, I haven't gone into the shadow side because when I pulled them, I pulled with the intention of asking what light attribute would be best to embody or work with. But I will say the shadow in case it calls to you. So the shadow is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. That's definitely this energy in the outcome. But the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands on either side of it is like, well, you're going to spark that back up again and believe you're going to move into the light attribute of the Magical Child. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Absolutely, it's maybe you've been in that energy or you fluctuate, but come into the light attribute of that. The shadow attribute of the mediator is negotiating with an ulterior motive or a hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. And again, you will know, I do feel like you're more in the light attribute, but you're being asked to be. So if there is a situation unfolding where that's something you need to check in with, then the light attribute will support you. And like I said, the pre-collating energy for each group. At the moment you had sow with planning, setting intentions, and optimism. Seeds may be the nebulous concept, and soil the fertile ground to nourish them. But the act of sowing is what unites the two and initializes the process of germination. When you sow seeds, you scatter them in or on the earth, asking the soil to help them grow. For a time, the seeds have to remain quiet underground before they can launch into the world. This dormancy allows them the opportunity to gather strength. The sow card tells you that now is the optimal time to set things in motion. Plant your seeds and nurture them. Lock in your intentions and take the first step along the path you've planned. Act now for future yield. Prime your material and environment for the best outcome. If you've been hesitating, now is the time to act. Are you ready to start something new? You absolutely are. And if you think you're not, you don't see it coming, is the Nine of Cups and the Fool, which is an opportunity that you wanted to begin something new. A new project, a new hobby, something creative, something that can become a side hustle perhaps. I'm going straight into these. You've got get more done, you know, a to-do list. So if you haven't got that plan of things you might like to achieve, now might be a good time to do so, to get a to-do list happening. Or one daily as well, if you've already got that year plan, 5-year plan, month plan, whatever plan, week plan is fine. Starting, well, what are we going to do today? The to-do list daily is really, really helpful. You've got level up, start small, start today, just start. How all of these cards, like every card is like, if you don't start, I would be surprised. Like you're really digging your heels in at this point if you're not listening to these messages that are really encouraging. It's like, you got this, you just do it. And then we have create an altar. So that's a good place to set your intentions. If you've already got an altar, it might be about sprucing it up, changing it and cleaning it. I know that is the message for me. This whole lockdown, I've been looking at the dust on the very top shelf of my altar up here, and I'm just like, oh my God, I really should be cleaning that. So I pick up the guitar again and ignore it. And no, today I'm going to, because this card has come out and it's, yeah, I need to clean my altar. It needs to be dust free. And we have the card Truth. We saw it before because of the image, but now I'll just read from the book for you, and then we'll do the Pendulum as well. Be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things to know is what's true for you and what isn't. Sometimes it takes sincere silence to find your inner voice of truth. But once you find it, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you can't be yourself and can't be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly and the song of your soul to be heard in the universe. And that comes back to that World card. It's like, yeah, it really is time for you to be true to your passions, true to who you're supposed to be. And if there's someone that's filled you with you can'ts, or that's silly or crazy or it won't work, then just push that voice away. Sit in silence, reconnect to your inner child, that part of you, that magical child that believes anything is possible. And I'm called to the media, like, have understanding for other people that have that naysay attitude. Like, I feel sorry for them, you know. They didn't believe in their dreams, perhaps. But it doesn't mean you don't have to. Anyway, let's go into the Pendulum. Let's have a look at yes for group 1. Lovely. Group 1's no. Very, very smooth. Okay, and then the answer for group 2, definitely group 2. Group 2's question. It's very slow to get moving, but it's going to be yes. Interesting. It's kind of like the energy of this reading where it was like, it's like the no that I asked for was a no, but then I said, show me the answer for the York. And it was like just this tiny baby no, but then it was like slowly moving around up into a yes. So it kind of showed me this doubt removes. It's like maybe the doubt was holding it in a no, and then, or whatever that thing was, the blockage. And then once that was moved, all right, let's see. And then it became a yes. So I think it, echoes this. But either way, I hope it was a supportive answer. It had that energy of like doubting itself, which was funny. But becoming a gentle, slowly getting there yes. So hopefully that, was supportive. But I think I already said use discernment. So group 2, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it has resonated and given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance for the week ahead. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box below, and I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye group 2. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the fluorite donut, I guess, hagstone some might call it. So fluorite is a beautiful stone when it comes to building confidence in yourself and what it is you're wanting to create. It's also a good stone when healing relationships or any tension in relationships or maintaining healthy relationships. It's a good stone of understanding and just it's all around good egg. Fluorite, and it's so beautiful too. I particularly like the fluorite points. They're stunning. Okay. I would like to get one of those actually. I only have this one and maybe a tumble. Anyway, group 3, let's jump into your reading. So some of the main energies here is Capricorn, Taurus, Libra, Aries, Leo. Yep, those are the main energies in your reading. And interestingly, when I pulled the selection card for your reading and every group here, the theme was all the same collectively. It was all about the things happening underneath the surface. All of these cards pertain to that type of message. And then when I looked down the ground, I'd actually dropped one at the end of it all, and I picked it up and it was new buds and new beginnings. I thought that was super interesting. So collectively right now, I'll show you, yours is soil. One of the other groups got seed, one of the other groups got something else, but it's also pertaining to the under the surface, the planting, germination, you know, that type of message. And it's the same thing here, except yours is about the soil, the thing that holds the thing that you're intending, you know, the thing that supports it all, which I found really, really cool. And then there's a few other messages that tie into that, but I just liked how collectively we're in the same place of like just trusting and working at something and doing the groundwork and supporting and nurturing growth. And there is about to be new seeds and new buds, new life appearing from our hard work and from our efforts. So we can see collectively, those that are drawn to this channel, we are in this period of culmination and growth. So let's jump straight into the past energy. I've got your pendulum here as well if you'd like to think of a question for the end, but for now we'll start with the 9 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, all in the past energy. So this can be recent past, long distant, dragged out past, who knows. But here we're starting with the 9 of Swords. So there is negative thoughts, anxiety. Sometimes it is to do with lack of sleep, sleepless night and stress. So we have the window shut here so the Fae can't get in and sweep away these nasty critters to clear the air. So maybe a message of opening the windows will be really beneficial for you, but it doesn't have to be that literal. I think it's about letting things help you, letting the little tips and tricks help you, like engage in mantra practice if you are negative thinking in a negative thought loop, or, you know, do the thing that grounds you, that centers you, that relaxes your nervous system, you know, things that get you out of your head. So engage in practices that allow the fairies in, you know. 7 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles here now. So this, like taking it out, this could be about anything, but now we're looking at a situation likely to do with career or workspace. It could be something different, but with all these cups here, you see there's different professions that are showing up in the different cups. And it is a card of consideration, of overwhelm, of pondering, of having lots of different choices and options, but feeling anxious as to which one to choose or what's going to be right for you, and not all of them are. Maybe you've been looking at wanting a career change. 8 of Pentacles is about our paid work, but it's also about our skill development. It's about showing up for something and giving it our full focus and not being distracted by other things. So maybe you're wanting a career change, but currently it doesn't seem possible, or that you don't have the time for it, or you don't know what it is you want to do. This can be relating to anything else, so take how it does resonate in your situation, but there is anxiety about choosing the right thing and sticking with it and developing it. And then the soil as well that we see in your card is soil, is stability and simplicity. I kind of want to go to it now, but I think we'll just wait a little bit yet. Yeah, okay. So moving ahead into the current energy, the week ahead, we have the Devil and the 8 of Swords. So some of you, it might be that you're currently in a job that is very taxing on you. Or for some of you, it's that you're feeling like you have big dreams or things you want to achieve, or monetary goals or material goals, something material realm with the Devil here. And you may feel powerless to achieve them. And it's like you've got to really work at this, or it's in someone else's hands, or you feel maybe controlled or manipulated in a situation. It can be so many different things. It can also be to do with certain substances as well, or toxic relationships, or patterns and behavior that you feel stuck in, or powerless to evolve from, or maybe it's someone else's behavior as well that you may feel like you don't know how to fix or change the situation. At times it can be really, really stressful or overwhelming. 8 of Swords is about overthinking things, doubting yourself, feeling trapped and powerless when you're actually not. It's that type of thing. It's interesting how this read has a lot of angst, and as I don't know if it's probably also the humidity coming in from all the rain, but I started to get quite hot. It probably is the weather, but maybe it's partially you as well. You could be under a bit of pressure, or feeling like you're under pressure, or you may have big dreams you want to achieve and you just don't know how. It's something's you're onto something, but it's like you're not sure if it's going to pay off, or is it going to work out. You've got big ideas, that's for sure, maybe lots of them, and it's like you've just got to focus on one or just a couple. You know, maybe some of you can handle 2 or 3 at once, but you know, yeah, okay. You could also be tempted by things that are not healthy as well here. That could be a message for some. But as we progress into the week ahead, past that Eight of Swords, we're coming out into the Page of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So lots of deep reflection and understanding, creative solution finding, being more optimistic, but at the same time there's this strong sense of drive, and this person's like writing things down on paper and then they're screwing it up, and then it's like back to the drawing board, and it's like really, so it's almost like this energy doesn't quite taper off for this week. It might be something that's really present with you this week, this sense of urgency or a desire to see clearer or understand deeper, or you know, have that information, or maybe you've got to study something so that you can deliver your papers on time, or you know, maybe someone's expecting something from you and there's this a sense of urgency this week. You could also be dealing with someone a little aggressive and pushy, but you know, you'll be able to handle that with compassion, I'm sure. Just stay grounded. I think it's mostly just like this sense of pressure, and you can't rush things is the biggest message I'm getting from this. Like there's a sense of pressure to have some status or level of skill set, like expertise or experience, or like something, you're wanting it now, and it can't be rushed. It really you have to go through things to build those muscles. You need to strain and you know, fail a little bit here and there, and go back to the drawing board and try again, and keep revising your techniques and keep working at things. Like there's a lot of young energy in this week, but also a lot of pressure that's not necessary. But then the end of the week, there's a beautiful surprise here. It may be a surprise, it may not. For some of you, definitely. Three of Cups, Nine of Cups. It's like something you're really striving towards and you achieve it. Or there's some sort of achievement or milestone at the end of your week here. And with the Nine of Cups, it's like coming out of this stressful energy and working quite hard and feeling quite overwhelmed by things or situations that are out of your control. For some of you that are affected by the weather event, maybe it's impacting your work or your ability to get where you want to go, or your appointments or things like that. Like I can see for some people, maybe that's, if you're unable to work, then there's stress around finance, or wanting that sense of needing to catch up on your work if things have had to slow down. But anyway, end of your week, we have the skies are clear, that's for sure. I could be a weatherman, hey? A weather woman. Three of Cups, celebration. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So something very, very good coming your way. Something that's like, congratulations, you know, well done. It feels like a achievement of some kind. It feels like it's a blessing coming for you. You deserve it, you earned it, it's yours. Something you want very much. Maybe it's reunion or catching up with people you haven't seen in a while as well. Three of Cups definitely talks about being able to be with the ones we love and celebrate their achievements as well. It could be someone else's achievement. It could be someone's birthday celebration. Usually when I pull this card in a reading, it's because somebody's birthday is that week, so happy birthday to that person. And then in the area of challenge, you've got Strength, the Five of Swords. Strength is to just not compare yourself to other people, not compare yourself to where other people are at in life, or where they're at in the workplace. This is a competition here with the podium. It's just run your own race, stay in your own lane. The challenge is that maybe you feel tempted into petty mind games, or like even with yourself, you know, playing mind games with yourself and your own capacity or capabilities. It's like, just override that, keep running past the games, just keep striving on your lane, keep doing what you need to do, and get more time in nature. Go for a walk every day if you can. What will help with the challenge? We've got this person is the Emperor here. This woman is the Emperor, so interestingly represented by a woman. 31st of October is circled on the calendar. Could have some significance for you that time of year, but mostly this message is about somebody who's, look, they've got the pot boiling in the background here, they've got the computer, they're on the phone, so this is like, do the jobs, you know, get it done, balance out that hard work with time in nature. I did feel that was important. So it's like, and cooking more. I think that's another thing that'll help your nutrition. Watch your nutrition and the things you're cooking that will really support your brain, your gut health, everything really, your energy levels. Like, everything is food. Obviously not everything, but like, it is so important to have your nutrients, to be getting all the nutrients you need and to be listening to your gut. I'm hearing leaky gut for some reason. So it's very common. Most of us have leaky gut. It is a very common thing to happen when we're eating certain foods, and it's really good to educate yourself on gut health, because it is it is so important. It's massive. And I really am feeling called to mention gut health for someone connecting to this. Maybe you already know about that. Maybe it's something you're yet to learn about, but just the cooking here as well, like really learning. And she's reading the recipe, so it's like there's a specific thing your body's needing, and you need to follow the steps to give you that nutrients or sustenance. Outside of food, though, it's about juggling the multiple different things that are going on in your life and still achieving success. So that's like the work and nature time, family time and work, and your own social free time of creativity, where you're not just strive, constantly thinking. And like, do you unplug from your work? Do you unplug from certain things to give yourself a change in the energy and a fresh perspective to come back fresh as well? Two of Pentacles is about juggling multiple things and feeling like sometimes the water's up to here, like you're just keeping above the water. It can be a bit of an overwhelm, but it's about juggling it carefully and staying nice and balanced and grounded. Six of Pentacles and the underlying energy shows an energy of balance as well. It's a card of reciprocity and generosity and charity. So for some of you, especially if you're in the weather affected areas and you have power and you have free time, maybe you can go and help some other people. That would be really, really nice. With the Six of Pentacles showing up in your reading, it is about giving and being kind, and maybe you can check in on a friend who's got no power and give them a hot meal or a shower or whatever it is you could do for someone. Or maybe this is you in this position and you're needing to ask for help and you're getting that help. Maybe it's stress about that. Maybe it's literally stress about the waters rising, seeing your reflection in the water. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? For some people, that could be the message. But I doubt you're watching a reading if you're going through that right now. You might watch it later once it's passed and think, wow, that was me. Who knows? Okay, so what you don't see coming, King and Queen of Swords here. This is like, I heard a deliberation. That's interesting. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So for here, there's like an official meeting happening here, and there's a new opportunity or an offer, and you're going to hear about it. That's what's going on here, and it makes sense with the Nine of Cups, the end of your week. There's definitely communication between professionals here or people that are making a plan. This is about foresight, logical thinking, strategizing and planning. These are two different people here that are talking, and they're talking about a new beginning, a new opportunity. Maybe it's about a new job, maybe it's about a new project, maybe it's about a promotion, but you're going to hear news. So what you don't see coming, you're going to hear news about an offer. Outcome energy, Four of Wands, Hierophant, Empress. This is really beautiful energy. This is kind of like happiness, success, and flowing energy on the home front, in the workspace, in your intimate relationships, with your children, with your partner, with your family, with your friends, the extended community, extended family. This energy is all really, really nice. This is about being committed, and I'm just seeing like the big oak tree that supports everyone. Maybe you're feeling like you're the oak tree by the end of all of this. There's a new opportunity here, maybe within an organization that you feel like their message is really like impactful. Or with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant here, this is like a mission statement, and you agree with it, or you're behind it, or you created it. Maybe it's your mission statement. There's something soulful or like integral or meaningful. I don't know what the word is. I'm not grasping it, but there's something like it's like an organization that why can't I not explain this? I'm sure half of you are like, you get what I'm saying and probably laughing right now, and I'm glad, but it's what do I want to say? Yeah, I don't know. There's like something like a divine mission here behind this company or this business or this opportunity, this commitment. But outside of that as well, maybe some people are looking at expanding their offerings into their community or in their business space. There's like more nurturing here on all fronts, basically. I'll leave that there. That was getting heated. Let's cool off with the Empress. I love this Empress card. This is my favorite tarot deck. All right, you may have noticed I use it a lot. So we're going to go into the oracles, and starting with the Archetype card, and you have the Shapeshifter. Interestingly, seeing the soil at the bottom here as well, and considering you have the soil card next, and just that under earth energy we were talking about before. Now it does have a light and shadow attribute, but when I've pulled this card, I've asked for which light attribute would be best embodied or worked with during this week, this time for you. I've been doing the same in the pre-recorded horoscopes that are available, looking at what archetypes are best to work with and embody for that month as well as looking at numerology and other things. But you have here the light attributes: skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Group 2 had a similar one as well in the magical child. Maybe you feel drawn to that reading, or it kind of makes sense that you would be actually, but if you want more after this reading is done or later in the week, you could come back and look at a different pile. But shape-shifting, it is 100% your ability to navigate whatever is changing in you, within you, around you, because of you. The ability in seeing the ability in everything. It's like you are the shapeshifter. You are the alchemist is what I feel here. Very much an alchemist. Whoa, yeah. I just saw like a white cloak figure with a white torch just come forward then, and I don't know what it was, but it was to do with the alchemist, and it was almost like a confirmation, like it's one of your guides. Is it your higher self, someone in particular connecting? I don't know, but someone just showed up and was like, I don't know, maybe it's when you acknowledge yourself as an alchemist, it's like that there's a maybe an initiation in that acknowledgement that can take place then. I don't know. Soil, stability and simplicity. Let's not overthink it, eh? Just because something is simple, it doesn't mean it's easy. Soil is a basic part of a garden. It seems pretty straightforward, but there's a complicated community of microbes and a balance of minerals and elements required for its successfully support life. It's easy to remember to tend growing plants, but you also need to tend to the health of the soil as well. It's the basis of your garden and provides stability and insulation, as well as a varied source of nutrients and the plants need to thrive. Coming back to gut health as well, like you could look at it from that maybe your gut is the soil, or maybe it's also we've got the Emperor and the Empress here as well, so if this is a message of fertility, it's about nurturing the body so that it can support new life. Fertility of any kind, really. Soil is the ground under your feet, offering reassurance. The soil card reminds you that it's always there for you, but don't forget to check your connection to that foundation. Don't turn your back on the basics. Are you overcomplicating or overthinking something that's actually quite simple? Yeah, cool. I love it. Yeah, well, you may very well be doing that with these like high mental energies in the outside of this beautiful Page of Cups that's just artistic and reflective and sweet. Very artistic and creative. All right, we have the card Purity. Don't mind my sniffly nose. It's nearly, I'm nearly better. I am better. It's just like, yeah, the longest lingering sniffle I've ever had. No matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Reoccurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. Beautiful. Yeah. I don't know, I'm being drawn to kinesiology, but that's definitely not for everyone. Like someone out there is going to get a balance that supports them in that area. I'm programmed to think that way. So the self-care prompts for you, we have the root chakra, working from the ground up. That's the soil right here. It is the roots that go into the soil, that's for sure, but it is also the soil. It's your connection to everything that supports your growth, your connection to your body. We have self-exploration here as well. Peel off the false persona and get to know yourself to find your truth. Just explore the possibilities. Believe in the ability to shapeshift and move with this expanded consciousness. That's the consciousness that's ever expanding. It wants that. Love your work. Ask yourself today if what you're doing is truly making you happy. And financial goals. So you got 2 here. So seeing the root chakra, all of this is about someone launching a business or you know, just I'm hearing going rogue, going solo. All of this. This is about financial security, stability, networking, believing in yourself and what you do, showing up, being proactive. This is like the energy that's needed, the foundation that's needed. And then to marry that with the parts of your spirit that want to be expressed from your heart, from your mind, from your soul, from your every part of you. I don't want to list chakras, but it's all of them. To create something that you feel so good about, loving your work, and then that through that you can reach financial goals. But maybe right now you're also needing to budget. Maybe you're needing to create some sort of financial goals to help strive towards them. Without the structure, you might fluctuate here and there. Maybe you're needing more structure within your finances, and just that ability to be self-sustainable. And I'm getting like to not need more than, like, to live within or beyond, under your means, that type of thing, and know you are nourished plentifully. I don't know. Anyway, let's go into the pendulum for group 3. Can I see group 3's? Yes. Lovely. Can I see group 3's? No. Too easy. And the answer for group 3's question. Meow. I'm here, Tilly. It's a yes. I don't know if you can hear Tilly in the background there. Sometimes if she wakes up and doesn't... Yeah, Jax, if you looked at my Instagram story, you will see, if you see this video in time, you'll see that Jackson has tucked Tilly into a blanket, and I put a photo up of that because she was so happy. And she's just, when she wakes up and she doesn't know anyone's around, she just meow, like, where is my family? She's so funny. I want to actually show you the picture. Yeah, she's all tucked in. And she's just woken up, like, wow. She's so funny. I love our cats and all their personalities. Okay, group 3, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it has brought you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance for this week ahead. I've loved these readings today. I'm loving having no power and the bonding time and the extra guitar practice. It's been nice. Yeah, we'll leave it there, group 3. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box. And I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye.